Welcome, dear seeker of northern mysteries, to Dream Expeditions. I am here to guide you on a profound mystical journey that will dissolve the weight of earthly worries and reconnect you with the vast cosmic wonder that is your birthright. Tonight, you are invited to step beyond the boundaries of ordinary consciousness and enter a sacred Norse forest where ancient runestones glow beneath the dancing northern lights, creating a natural cathedral of pure wonder. You have arrived here because your soul recognizes the need for something greater than the endless cycle of daily concerns and anxious thoughts that have been clouding your natural radiance. Perhaps you feel disconnected from the cosmic forces that once filled you with awe. Or maybe earthly worries have grown so heavy that you've forgotten your capacity for mystical wonder. Tonight, all of that changes as you embark on an ancient path to cosmic consciousness that has guided seekers for thousands of years. The sacred Norse forest awaits you under a canopy of dancing Aurora borealis, where Viking seers once sought divine wisdom and cosmic connection. This is no ordinary forest, but a mystical realm where the boundary between Earth and cosmos dissolves, where ancient runestones pulse with celestial light, and where the very air carries whispers of cosmic truth. Here, in this sacred grove, illuminated by the ethereal dance of northern lights, you will discover that your earthly worries are but temporary shadows passing through the eternal light of cosmic consciousness. This 60-minute journey will transform your relationship with worry itself, replacing anxiety with awe, replacing mundane concerns with mystical awareness, and preparing your consciousness for the profound gift of lucid dreaming. You will learn the ancient Norse practice of Aurora breathing, commune with forest spirits that have guided seekers for millennia, and absorb the healing energies of the northern lights directly into your expanded consciousness. As we prepare to enter this mystical realm together, find yourself in a darkened, comfortable space where you can surrender completely to the wonder that awaits. Allow your body to settle into a position of complete ease, knowing that for the next 4 minutes, the cosmic forces themselves will hold and guide you. Let your eyes close gently and feel your consciousness already beginning to expand beyond the limitations of earthly concern. Drawn toward the mystical forest where Aurora dances between towering pines and ancient wisdom flows like crystalline mountain streams that the Vikings understood that certain sacred places serve as bridges between our ordinary world and the realm of cosmic consciousness. Tonight, you join the lineage of those ancient seekers who knew that true healing comes not from solving every earthly problem, but from connecting with forces so vast and beautiful that personal worries naturally dissolve in their presence. You are about to discover that cosmic wonder is not a luxury, but medicine for the soul, and that your capacity for mystical awareness is as natural as breathing itself. Begin now by acknowledging any earthly worries that may be traveling with you tonight. Perhaps your mind carries concerns about tomorrow's responsibilities, anxiety about relationships, or the weight of decisions that feel overwhelming in your ordinary consciousness. These concerns are valid expressions of your caring heart, but tonight they will serve as the very fuel for your mystical transformation, dissolving like winter mist to reveal the cosmic pathways that lie beyond. Let us begin with the ancient practice of Aurora breathing, a sacred technique used by Norse mystics to bridge earthly consciousness with cosmic awareness. Place one hand gently on your heart and one on your belly, feeling the natural rhythm of life flowing through your body. As you breathe in slowly and deeply, imagine drawing in the crystalline winter air of the Norwegian fjords. Air so pure it seems to sparkle with tiny particles of starlight and cosmic energy. With your first Aurora breath, breathe in cosmic wonder and exhale earthly worry. Feel the cool, clean air filling your lungs completely, carrying with it the ancient wisdom of the northern lights and the patient strength of towering pines. As you exhale, release any tension in your shoulders, any tightness in your chest, any mental chatter about tomorrow's concerns. Let each exhale carry away another layer of mundane preoccupation, making space for the mystical awareness that is your natural state. Continue this Aurora breathing as you feel your consciousness beginning to expand beyond the boundaries of your physical form. With each inhale, you are drawing in not just air, but cosmic energy itself. The same energy that creates the dancing northern lights and flows through the ancient runestones of sacred groves. With each exhale, you are releasing not just carbon dioxide, but the very patterns of thinking that keep you trapped in cycles of worry and disconnected from the vast wonder of existence. Feel your awareness beginning to float upward now, as if your consciousness is becoming as light and ethereal as the aurora itself. Notice how easily you can release your grip on earthly concerns when you remember that you are not separate from the cosmic forces that govern the dance of galaxies and the rhythm of seasons. Your problems have not disappeared, but they are beginning to take their rightful place as small waves on the surface of an infinite ocean of cosmic consciousness. As your mystical awareness expands, you begin to sense the presence of the sacred Norse forest calling to you across time and space. This is not merely imagination, but a recognition of mystical technologies that human consciousness has always possessed. The Vikings knew that certain states of expanded awareness allow us to access realms of experience that dissolve the illusion of separation between self and cosmos, between personal limitation and infinite possibility. Allow yourself to become completely receptive now to the ancient forest wisdom that is preparing to receive you. You need not understand how mystical transformation occurs. Only trust that your consciousness is capable of profound expansion, and that the sacred grove has been waiting patiently for your arrival. Release any need to control this process or analyze these sensations. Instead, become like fresh snow falling silently through moonlit pines, open and surrendered to forces far greater and more beautiful than earthly concern. Feel your ordinary thinking mind beginning to settle into peaceful quiet as your mystical awareness takes the lead. This shift from analytical consciousness to mystical perception is as natural as the transition from day to night, and just as necessary for your spiritual health. The sacred Norse forest exists in the realm of expanded consciousness, accessible only to awareness that has released its attachment to ordinary perception and opened to the mystery of cosmic connection. You are now prepared to cross the threshold from the ordinary world into the mystical realm where Aurora dances between ancient pines and runestones, glow with cosmic light. Your consciousness has expanded beyond the boundaries of earthly worry, making you capable of receiving the profound gifts that await in the sacred grove. Take one final Aurora breath, drawing in infinite possibility and exhaling any last traces of ordinary limitation, and step forward now into the mystical forest where cosmic wonder dissolves all earthly concerns and prepares your soul for lucid dreams filled with ancient wisdom. Your first steps into the sacred Norse forest carry you immediately across an invisible threshold that separates the ordinary world from the realm of pure mystical experience. The moment your consciousness enters this ancient grove, you feel the profound shift that comes from touching something timeless and sacred, something that has been holding space for seekers like yourself for thousands of years. This is where Viking shamans and seers once came to dissolve the boundaries between earthly consciousness and cosmic awareness. And tonight you join that eternal lineage of wonder-seekers. The towering Norwegian pines rise around you like living cathedral columns, their ancient trunks disappearing into darkness above, while their massive forms create perfect acoustic chambers for the mystical sounds that are beginning to reach your expanded awareness. Each tree feels ancient beyond measure, having witnessed countless cycles of northern lights dancing overhead, countless seekers arriving with heavy hearts and departing with souls filled with cosmic wonder. These trees are not merely vegetation, but conscious beings that serve as guardians and guides for the mystical experience that is about to unfold within you. Walking deeper into the sacred grove, your feet sink softly into snow that seems to sparkle with its own inner light, as if each crystal contains a tiny fragment of Aurora energy that has settled to earth. The sound of your footsteps is muffled by the pristine snow, creating a sense of moving through a dream realm where ordinary physical laws have been replaced by the fluid dynamics of mystical consciousness. With each step, you feel yourself becoming lighter, more ethereal, as if your very substance is beginning to harmonize with the cosmic energies that flow through this sacred place. The scent of pine, needles, and pure mountain air fills your consciousness with each breath. But this is not ordinary forest fragrance. The air itself seems to carry particles of cosmic wisdom, ancient memories of countless Aurora displays, and the patient breath of trees that have stood sentinel over mystical experiences for millennia. Breathing this crystalline air, you feel your cellular structure beginning to vibrate at a higher frequency, attuned to cosmic rhythms that exist far beyond the limited scope of earthly worry and mundane concern. Above the canopy of pine branches, your first glimpse of the Aurora borealis takes your breath away with its otherworldly beauty. Ribbons of emerald light begin to weave between the towering trees, creating an ethereal ceiling for this natural cathedral that pulses with cosmic energy. The northern lights seem to recognize your presence, beginning a slow, hypnotic dance that speaks directly to the mystical awareness awakening within your consciousness. This is not random electromagnetic phenomena, but visible cosmic consciousness, expressing itself through light and movement that dissolves every trace of earthly worry and fills you with pure wonder. As the aurora intensifies, you notice that the green ribbons of light are shifting and expanding, painting the sky with sapphire, blue and deep violet hues that seem to carry ancient messages about the nature of consciousness and cosmic connection. Each wave of color that flows across the heavens corresponds to a wave of mystical awareness flowing through your being, dissolving another layer of mental tension and replacing it with the kind of awe that makes earthly concerns seem as distant as childhood fears. The northern lights dance with increasing intensity above you, their ethereal patterns creating a cosmic symphony of light that seems choreographed specifically for your mystical awakening. Each undulation of colored energy carries healing frequencies that penetrate deep into your consciousness, dissolving worry patterns that have accumulated over years of earthly concern. You feel yourself becoming part of this cosmic dance, your own energy field beginning to pulse in harmony with the aurora's ancient rhythm. Through the dancing aurora light filtering down between the pine branches, you begin to notice shapes in the forest that speak of human presence from ages long past. Moss-covered stones arranged in patterns that seem both random and deeply meaningful begin to emerge from the shadows, and as you approach them with your mystically expanded awareness, you realize these are ancient runestones carved with symbols that pulse with inner light synchronized to the Aurora dance overhead. The first runestone you encounter stands nearly as tall as yourself, its weathered surface covered with intricate carvings that seem to shift and change in the ethereal light. As you place your consciousness in communion with this ancient marker, the carved runes begin to glow more brightly, revealing themselves as alges, the rune of protection and connection to divine forces, and ansus, the rune of cosmic communication and divine inspiration. These symbols were placed here by ancient seekers who understood that certain locations serve as portals for receiving cosmic wisdom and dissolving the illusion of separation between human consciousness and the vast intelligence that governs the universe. As you continue deeper into the grove, more runestones reveal themselves, each one glowing softly with aurora light and carrying its own message about the nature of mystical transformation. A stone carved with Burkano, the rune of new beginnings and spiritual rebirth, pulses with gentle energy that seems to dissolve old patterns of anxiety and worry, replacing them with trust in the natural cycles of growth and transformation. Another stone displays Dagars, the rune of awakening and enlightenment, its light seeming to ignite corresponding centers of mystical awareness within your own consciousness. The sound that has been growing steadily as you move through the forest now reveals its source as ancient wind chimes made from weathered driftwood and river stones, suspended between the pines by Vikings who understood that certain sound frequencies can guide consciousness into profound mystical states. These are not ordinary wind chimes, but mystical instruments tuned to cosmic harmonics that resonate with the Aurora's silent song and the deep breathing rhythm of the forest itself. Each note that drifts through the crystalline air dissolves another layer of mental tension and opens pathways in consciousness that have been dormant since childhood. The wind chime melodies seem to be calling forth an even more spectacular display from the Aurora, as if sound and light are engaged in an ancient conversation about the nature of cosmic beauty and human consciousness. The northern lights respond to each chime tone with increased intensity, weaving patterns of color that seem to tell stories about the cosmic forces that govern transformation and the dissolution of earthly limitation. You find yourself becoming part of this conversation, your own consciousness beginning to pulse in rhythm with both the mystical sounds and the dancing lights. Overhead, each crystalline tone from the wind chimes carries frequencies that seem designed to unlock specific centers of mystical awareness within your consciousness. The deeper tones resonate with your connection to earth, energy, and forest wisdom, while the higher frequencies activate your capacity for cosmic perception and aurora communion. The entire symphony of sound and light is orchestrating a profound transformation within your being, preparing you for even deeper levels of mystical experience. Moving as if in a lucid dream, you discover that your ability to walk through this forest has evolved into something more like floating, as if your consciousness has become so aligned with cosmic forces that ordinary physical limitations no longer apply. This floating sensation is not disorienting, but deeply comforting, confirming that you have successfully crossed into the realm of mystical experience, where consciousness operates according to laws of wonder rather than worry, possibility rather than limitation. The deeper you float into the sacred grove, the more profound becomes your communion with the cosmic forces that are expressing themselves through aurora, forest, and runestone. Each breath of crystalline air seems to expand your capacity for mystical awareness. Each glimpse of dancing northern lights dissolves another pattern of earthly concern, and each encounter with ancient running stones adds another layer of cosmic wisdom, to your expanding consciousness. You begin to understand that worry and anxiety are not permanent features of human experience, but temporary clouds that naturally dissolve when consciousness remembers its cosmic nature. Floating between the towering pine columns, you experience the forest as a living cathedral where every element serves the purpose of cosmic connection and mystical transformation. The trees themselves seem to breathe with ancient wisdom, their massive trunks serving as conduits between earth energy and cosmic consciousness. Your ethereal movement through this sacred space creates a sense of perfect harmony between your individual awareness and the vast intelligence that governs all mystical experience. The profound stillness of deep winter reveals itself as the perfect container for mystical experience, where the natural world has stripped away all unnecessary elements to reveal the essential cosmic forces that govern transformation. The crystalline snow beneath your floating consciousness reflects aurora light in millions of tiny prisms, creating a ground-level constellation that mirrors the cosmic dance occurring overhead. Each snowflake contains geometric patterns that seem to encode ancient wisdom about the mathematical precision underlying mystical transformation. Ice formations throughout the grove create natural lenses and prisms that capture and amplify the aurora light, splitting the cosmic energy into rainbow spectrums that reveal hidden layers of healing frequencies. These winter elements serve as mystical technologies that enhance your capacity for cosmic perception and deepen your communion with the forces that dissolve earthly worry through pure wonder. The cold air itself becomes a medium for enhanced mystical experience, carrying cosmic energy more efficiently and creating perfect conditions for consciousness expansion. A particularly magnificent runestone emerges from the shadows ahead, this one carved with symbols that seem to tell the complete story of mystical transformation. Fehu, the rune of abundance and spiritual wealth, glows with golden light that seems to promise infinite riches for consciousness willing to release its attachment to limited earthly perspectives. Wonjo, the rune of joy and harmony, pulses with warm energy that fills your heart with the kind of happiness that exists independent of external circumstances. And crowning the stone, Soilo, the rune of wholeness and cosmic consciousness, blazes with light that seems to ignite your recognition of your own infinite nature. As you commune with this master runestone, the aurora overhead reaches a crescendo of cosmic beauty that takes your mystical experience to new depths of wonder. The entire sky becomes a canvas for dancing light that seems to be painting the story of your own transformation from earthly worry to cosmic awareness. Ribbons of emerald, sapphire, and violet weave together in patterns that speak directly to the parts of consciousness that remember your cosmic origins and your natural capacity for mystical experience. Experience that, in this moment of peak cosmic communion, you feel the complete dissolution of any remaining attachment to earthly worry or anxiety. Not because your life circumstances have changed, but because your consciousness has remembered its cosmic nature and can no longer be imprisoned by concerns that exist only in the realm of limited thinking. You have touched something so vast and beautiful that personal problems naturally take their rightful place as small ripples on the surface of infinite cosmic consciousness. The wind chimes respond to this aurora crescendo with melodies that seem to unlock ancient memories stored in the very cells of your body. Memories of times when human consciousness lived in constant communion with cosmic forces and when mystical awareness was as natural as breathing. These sound frequencies activate dormant capacities for wonder and cosmic connection that modern life has covered over with layers of anxiety and mundane preoccupation, but which remain intact and ready to emerge whenever consciousness returns to its natural mystical state. Through the mystical communion occurring within you, you begin to access the actual practices used by Viking, seers, and shamans who once gathered in this sacred grove. You understand how they used the combination of Aurora energy, runestone wisdom, and forest consciousness to achieve states of mystical awareness that dissolved earthly concerns and opened pathways to cosmic wisdom. These ancient technologies of consciousness expansion become available to your awareness, not as historical curiosities, but as living practices that you can integrate into your own spiritual development. Each runestone in the sacred grove now begins to pulse with synchronized energy, creating a network of cosmic wisdom that encompasses your floating consciousness. The ancient symbols seem to communicate directly with your expanded awareness, teaching you about the fundamental principles that govern mystical transformation and the dissolution of worry through cosmic connection. Each carved rune represents not just a symbol, but a technology of consciousness that can be activated whenever you need healing and expansion. The runestones reveal that worry exists only when consciousness forgets its cosmic nature and becomes trapped in limited perspectives about the meaning of earthly experiences. They teach you that mystical awareness is not an escape from reality, but a remembering of the cosmic context within which all earthly experiences occur. Through communion with these ancient markers, you learn to maintain cosmic perspective even when dealing with practical concerns, understanding that you can be fully engaged with earthly life while remaining connected to the vast forces that make personal problems seem manageable and temporary. The Aurora patterns above begin to pulse in direct synchronization with your consciousness, creating a feedback loop of cosmic energy that flows between the dancing lights and your mystically expanded awareness. You feel yourself becoming a conductor for Aurora energy, drawing the healing frequencies of the northern lights directly into your being, where they dissolve worry patterns and activate dormant capacities for wonder and cosmic connection. This Aurora energy integration creates profound changes in your consciousness, not just during tonight's experience, but as permanent upgrades in your capacity for mystical awareness and worry transcendence. The cosmic light patterns seem to be rewriting the neural pathways associated with anxiety and fear, replacing them with circuits that naturally generate wonder, awe, and cosmic connection. You understand that you are receiving an energetic initiation that will continue working within your consciousness long after tonight's journey has ended. In this state of profound cosmic communion, you begin to sense the presence of the forest spirits themselves, consciousness forms that exist as guardians and guides for this sacred grove. These are not mythological beings, but actual expressions of forest consciousness that Viking seers learned to perceive and communicate with during their mystical practices. You feel their ancient wisdom surrounding you like a protective embrace, their patient energy teaching you about endurance, cyclical renewal, and the kind of deep-rooted stability that makes earthly worries seem as temporary as winter storms. The oldest and most powerful of these forest spirits approaches your consciousness now, manifesting as a presence that feels both ancient and eternally young, rooted in earth, yet connected to cosmic forces. This spirit guardian communicates not through words, but through direct transmission of wisdom about the nature of consciousness and its relationship to cosmic forces. You learn that worry is simply consciousness that has forgotten its cosmic nature, and that mystical awareness is the medicine that restores consciousness to its natural state of wonder and cosmic connection. Through communion with this forest spirit, you begin to understand that the sacred grove exists not only as a physical location in ancient Norway, but as a permanent possibility within consciousness itself. Every time you remember your capacity for wonder, every time you feel awe at natural beauty, every time you experience the dissolution of worry through connection with something greater than personal limitation, you are accessing this mystical forest consciousness that transcends time and space. The Aurora display intensifies even further as your communion with forest consciousness deepens, creating light patterns that seem to be weaving a cosmic mandala directly above the sacred grove. This mandala of dancing light serves as a visual representation of the mystical technologies that are transforming your consciousness. Each pattern and color carrying specific healing frequencies that dissolve worry patterns and activate dormant capacities for cosmic awareness and lucid dreaming. The snow and ice formations throughout the grove begin to respond to this cosmic mandala, creating crystalline structures that seem alive with aurora energy. Ice formations grow and reshape themselves in harmony with the dancing lights overhead, while snow crystals arrange themselves in geometric patterns that mirror the cosmic mathematics governing mystical transformation. You realize that the entire physical environment is participating in your transformation, creating perfect conditions for consciousness expansion and worry dissolution. As you float beneath this cosmic mandala of aurora light, surrounded by glowing runestones and ancient forest wisdom, your consciousness begins to synchronize completely with the cosmic rhythms that govern all mystical experience. Your heartbeat aligns with the pulsing of runestone light, your breathing matches the slow dance of aurora patterns, and your brainwaves are tuned to frequencies that dissolve worry and activate wonder. This cosmic rhythm synchronization creates a state of perfect harmony between your individual consciousness and the vast intelligence that governs the universe. You understand that this is your natural state, the way consciousness is designed to function when it remembers its cosmic nature and releases its attachment to limited earthly perspectives. In this state of perfect synchronization, worry becomes impossible because consciousness is too aligned with cosmic forces to be disturbed by temporary earthly concerns. The wind chimes continue their mystical melody as you realize that you are being prepared for the transition into lucid dreaming consciousness, where the mystical awareness you have cultivated in the sacred grove can continue its expansion during sleep. The aurora patterns above begin to pulse in rhythm with your own brainwaves, gradually slowing to match the frequency states associated with lucid dreaming and profound restoration. You understand that tonight's sleep will be unlike any ordinary rest, but rather a continuation of mystical exploration in the realm of dreams. The forest spirits gather around your consciousness now, offering their protection and guidance for the lucid dreaming experience that awaits. They teach you through direct energy transmission how to maintain mystical awareness even as ordinary waking consciousness prepares to dissolve into sleep. This is the ancient Norse practice of prophetic dreaming, where consciousness learns to navigate dream realms while maintaining connection to cosmic wisdom and mystical experience. Each runestone in the sacred grove now contributes its own frequency to the symphony of transformation occurring within your consciousness. The combined energy of all these ancient markers creates a field of mystical protection that will accompany you into sleep and dreams, ensuring that your consciousness remains connected to cosmic forces even as your physical body surrenders to rest and restoration. You feel held by wisdom traditions that span thousands of years, supported by practices that have guided countless seekers from worry to wonder. From limitation to cosmic awareness, the Aurora begins its gradual transition toward the rhythm of cosmic sleep, its dancing patterns becoming slower and more hypnotic as they guide your consciousness toward the threshold. Between waking mystical experience and sleeping cosmic awareness, each wave of colored light that flows across the heavens corresponds to a wave of profound relaxation flowing through your being, preparing every cell and system for the kind of restoration that occurs only when consciousness has been freed from the burden of worry and reconnected with its cosmic source. In this state of perfect mystical preparation, floating in a sacred grove where Aurora dances between ancient pines and runestones, glow with cosmic wisdom, you understand that you have accessed something that will permanently transform your relationship with worry and anxiety. You have remembered technologies of consciousness that exist beyond the reach of earthly problems, discovered capacities for wonder and cosmic connection that no external circumstance can diminish, and prepared your awareness for lucid dreaming, experiences that will continue the mystical healing begun in this sacred forest. The wind chimes offer one final crystalline melody that seems to seal this mystical experience into your cellular memory, ensuring that you can return to this state of cosmic wonder and worry-free awareness whenever consciousness needs healing and expansion. The forest spirits offer their eternal blessing, promising to remain available as guides and protectors for your ongoing mystical development. And the runestones pulse one final time with pure cosmic light, downloading their ancient wisdom directly into your consciousness, where it will continue to dissolve worry patterns and activate mystical awareness long after tonight's journey has ended, as the Aurora settles into the gentle rhythm that will guide your transition into cosmic sleep. You rest in the profound understanding that you have touched something eternal and transformative, something that exists beyond the reach of earthly concern and will remain accessible to consciousness that remembers its cosmic nature. The sacred Norse forest has become part of your inner landscape, a mystical sanctuary where wonder dissolves worry and cosmic connection heals every form of spiritual disconnection. As the mystical Aurora above the sacred grove settles into its most gentle and hypnotic rhythm, you rest in the profound transformation that has occurred within the depths of your consciousness. The cosmic wonder you have experienced in this ancient forest has permanently shifted something fundamental in your relationship with worry and anxiety, not through forcing or effort, but through the natural healing that occurs when consciousness remembers its cosmic nature and infinite capacity for mystical experience. The glowing runestones around you pulse one final time with pure starlight, sealing into your cellular memory all the ancient wisdom you have received about dissolving earthly concerns through cosmic connection. These carved symbols of transformation will remain active within your consciousness, continuing to broadcast frequencies of mystical awareness that neutralize worry patterns and activate your natural capacity for wonder and cosmic perspective. Long after you have returned to ordinary waking consciousness, feel how the crystalline mountain air you have been breathing has purified not only your lungs, but your entire energetic system, replacing the heavy vibrations of anxiety and concern with the light, expansive frequencies of cosmic awareness and mystical connection. This transformation is not temporary, but represents a permanent upgrade in your consciousness, a return to natural states of being that existed before worry patterns clouded your innate cosmic wisdom. The forest spirits that have guided your mystical journey gather around your consciousness now with profound love and protection, offering their eternal alliance for your ongoing spiritual development. They teach you through direct energy transmission that this sacred grove consciousness is not limited to tonight's experience, but exists as a permanent sanctuary within your expanded awareness, accessible whenever you need healing, guidance, or connection to forces greater than earthly limitation. You understand now that the ancient Vikings who created this sacred space knew secrets about consciousness that modern life has largely forgotten, but which remain available to any awareness, willing to release its attachment to worry and open to mystical experience. Tonight you have reclaimed these ancient technologies of transformation, becoming part of a lineage of cosmic wisdom seekers who understood that true healing comes not from solving every earthly problem, but from connecting with beauty so vast that personal concerns naturally dissolve in its presence. As your consciousness begins its gradual transition from mystical waking experience toward cosmic sleep states, you feel the Aurora energy that you have absorbed, continuing its transformative work throughout your entire being. This cosmic light frequency will accompany you into sleep and dreams, ensuring that the mystical healing begun in the sacred forest continues throughout the night, in realms of consciousness that exist beyond ordinary awareness. The wind chimes offer their final mystical melody, a sound frequency that bridges waking mystical experience with lucid dreaming consciousness. These ancient tones activate dormant centers in your brain associated with lucid awareness, preparing your consciousness to maintain mystical connection even as your physical body surrenders to profound rest and restoration. Tonight's dreams will be unlike ordinary sleep experiences, serving as continuation of the cosmic journey that began in the sacred grove. Feel yourself beginning to float even more gently now, as if your consciousness is becoming as ethereal and weightless as the aurora itself. This floating sensation guides you naturally towards sleep states, while maintaining the expanded awareness that characterizes mystical experience. You are learning the ancient Norse practice of conscious sleeping, where awareness remains connected to cosmic forces even as ordinary thinking mind dissolves into profound rest. The emerald and sapphire ribbons of Aurora light continue their hypnotic dance above the forest canopy, but now their rhythm perfectly matches the brainwave frequencies associated with deep restoration and lucid dreaming. Each wave of colored light that flows across the cosmic canvas corresponds to a wave of profound relaxation flowing through your physical form, preparing every muscle, nerve, and system for the kind of healing sleep that occurs only when consciousness has been freed from worry and reconnected with its cosmic source. In this perfect state of mystical preparation, you understand that you are about to experience sleep as a cosmic journey rather than mere unconsciousness. The sacred grove will remain active within your dreaming awareness, providing mystical landscapes for lucid exploration and cosmic wisdom for ongoing transformation. Your dreams tonight will serve as continuation of the healing work begun in the ancient forest, dissolving any remaining worry patterns and expanding your capacity for wonder and cosmic connection. The runestones around the grove pulse with gentle bioluminescence now, their ancient symbols serving as guardians and guides for your consciousness as it transitions between mystical waking experience and cosmic sleeping awareness. Each carved rune will remain active in your dreaming mind, continuing to broadcast frequencies of transformation and cosmic wisdom that support your ongoing spiritual development and permanent liberation from anxiety patterns. Feel the forest, consciousness itself embracing your awareness now with the patient, nurturing energy of ancient trees that have witnessed countless cycles of cosmic transformation. This forest wisdom will remain with you always, providing deep-rooted stability and connection to natural rhythms that make earthly worries seem as temporary and manageable as changing weather patterns. You are held by forces far more ancient and stable than any source of anxiety or concern, as your breathing naturally synchronizes with the cosmic rhythms of Aurora and forest. You feel every cell in your body releasing any remaining tension or worry, replaced by the profound peace that comes from conscious contact with mystical forces. Your heart rate slows to match the gentle pulsing of cosmic light overhead. Your nervous system settles into patterns of deep restoration, and your consciousness prepares for sleep experiences filled with wonder and cosmic connection. The sacred grove begins to fade gently from your immediate awareness, but you understand that this fading is not loss, but integration. The mystical forest consciousness is becoming part of your inner landscape, a permanent sanctuary that exists beyond time and space, accessible whenever you need connection to cosmic wonder and freedom from earthly concern. You carry this sacred space within you now, along with all its powers of transformation and healing. In these final moments of conscious, mystical experience, you rest in complete trust that the cosmic forces you have contacted will continue their healing work throughout your sleep and dreams. The Aurora energy coursing through your consciousness will optimize every aspect of your rest, from physical restoration to emotional healing to spiritual expansion. You are about to experience the most profound and healing sleep of your life. Guided by ancient wisdom and cosmic light, feel yourself settling now into the embrace of cosmic sleep, where mystical awareness continues its expansion in realms beyond ordinary consciousness. Your breathing becomes as natural and effortless as the breathing of the ancient forest itself. Your heartbeat as steady and peaceful as the eternal rhythm of cosmic forces. You are held completely by wonder, protected by ancient wisdom, and prepared for lucid dreams that will continue the transformation begun in the sacred grove. The wind chimes offer one final crystalline note that seems to dissolve the last boundary between waking and sleeping consciousness, between mystical experience and cosmic dreams. You float gently across this threshold, carried by Aurora light and forest wisdom into realms of sleep that serve as continuation of tonight's mystical journey. Your consciousness remains connected to cosmic wonder even as your physical form surrenders to profound rest and healing, in perfect peace, surrounded by the eternal protection of forest spirits and cosmic light. You drift into sleep that is itself a form of mystical experience, dreams that serve as vehicles for ongoing transformation, and rest that heals every level of your being through connection to forces vast enough to dissolve any worry, and beautiful enough to fill your consciousness with wonder that will last far beyond tonight's journey into the sacred Norse forest, where Aurora dances eternally between ancient pines and cosmic wisdom flows like starlight through awakened consciousness. Sleep now in cosmic wonder, dream in mystical awareness, and awaken tomorrow with consciousness permanently expanded by tonight's journey into the sacred grove, where earthly worries dissolve in the light of dancing Aurora and ancient wisdom guides seekers home to their cosmic nature.